Welcome, everybody, to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today and this week. Oh, yeah, baby. This week sees the release of the culmination of the 9-film Skywalker saga. Yes, Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, is hitting store shelves, along with the dramatic and historical biopic, The Current War, the action horror experience, VFW, and Scream Factory is releasing a Blu-ray edition of the 2001 Snoop Dogg starring horror film. Yes, Bones is being released as well, plus much more. So let's see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. Oh yeah, one more thing before I go into the stores, guys. First of all, I want to thank you guys so much for a lot of the concern that you have had for me. Going out to these stores, being in front of people, touching the movies and the displays, and just genuinely caring for my well-being. I really appreciate it so much, guys. I honestly do. And even though I didn't show it last week, I was using hand sanitizer before I went into places and after I went in as well. But just to assure you guys and to hopefully calm your nerves a little bit, yes, I do have my hand sanitizer with me, guys. So, yes, I am putting hand sanitizer on. Trying to stay safe out there and give you guys some entertainment in the process as well. So, now that I'm all hand sanitizered up, how about we get on with this out and about adventure, shall we? Let's head in. Alright, everybody, we are in at Walmart here with this display for Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Look at that. Very nice, man. On one side, we have the light side. Look at that. The good guys right here. And then over on the other side, we have the dark side. Ooh, always dark and brooding. Very nice, man. Very nice indeed. Not a bad display. Not a bad display at all. Not bad. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray digital of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker for $22.96. They also have an only at Walmart exclusive 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital limited edition packaging. Ooh, this is really nice, and that is for $34.96 right here. And look at this thing. This is really nice. I like that. You got Rey on one side and Kylo on the other. And this is kind of what it looks like on the inside there. Once it sort of opens up in like almost like a booklet type of thing. Look at that, dude. That's really cool, man. Walmart doesn't really do exclusives much anymore. They really honestly don't. So this is a real surprise for me. But really cool, dude. I like this exclusive. That is genuinely cool. No lie, man. That is really, really cool, dude. Nice. Now, John and I did a spoiler review for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the description if you guys want to hear our full and complete thoughts on the movie. We also ended up doing a little like fun lightsaber battle at the beginning of the review, which was really cool, dude. It was really fun to do that. And that's really fun. It's a lengthy review. It's really long. We dive into a lot of stuff about the movie. But honestly, it's really well worth it if you guys want to give it a look, man. We dive into a lot of the movie and the points. And we go into detail on a lot of the things that we felt needed to be said about the movie. So definitely dive into that review if you haven't yet, guys. But I don't know if we were highly anticipating this movie because This trilogy, this new trilogy here, has been really inconsistent, to be honest with you guys. It really honestly has, man. And I remember when The Last Jedi came out, and all of us were so anticipating the movie. We really were. We were just so, like, couldn't wait to see it. And then once we left the theater for The Last Jedi, boy, we were really conflicted at that point, whether we really liked the movie or not. We weren't really sure exactly. And if you go back and look at the review for The Last Jedi that Bob and I did, we enjoyed the movie, but we were definitely flip-flopping a little bit. And since time has passed, our thoughts have not aged well on The Last Jedi. They really haven't. I really don't love the movie. I have a lot of problems with it. There's just not much going on in the movie, and they don't really do a lot with the characters and move the plot forward. And there was a lot of missteps that we felt that was taken in The Last Jedi. And trust me, guys, I have had like 2-3 hour discussions with people about The Last Jedi where they frankly, they're not even talking about the movie, they're ranting. Like, people genuinely hugely dislike that movie in a big bad way, dude. I mean, I've had people that have gone into shouting matches about The Last Jedi. There is a lot of people who genuinely really do not care for that movie whatsoever, man. And so, I remember that some of my friends didn't even want to go see this movie because they were so upset about The Last Jedi and Star Wars and not sure what would happen with this movie. And I had to convince people to actually go out of their way to want to watch this film, man. I'm telling you, it was tough, dude. But we got our butts in the theater and we watched it, and man, I gotta be honest with you guys. I really gotta be, because I did not care for this movie, and I really wanted to like this movie. I really honestly did. I was trying my hardest, dude, in that theater. The Star Wars title comes up, and I was like, okay, man, let's make this a good conclusion here. Let's finish this out strong. And I don't think it did, man. I really don't. I think there's a lot of problems with this movie, man. I mean, outside of, I think the characters, a lot of them are really bland. I don't think the resolutions for the plot arcs and the characters are really all that satisfying at the end of the day. The battles are cool, but you need more than just the battles to keep you going. I think, and this is spoilers, but I think bringing back Palpatine I think it was the only card they honestly had, to be honest with you. But it didn't really come off satisfying to me. It just came off as kind of a weak attempt to tie the whole series together. And you have to remember that this not only has to tie up a trilogy, but it has to tie up a 9-film saga. And that's really tough, man. It really honestly is, to say that it's got to tie up a whole 9-film saga of this whole Skywalker legacy. And I don't think it really works, man. I really don't. Now, mind you, there are people out there that I know that really do adore the movie and really love it and have gone out of their way to debate me on the good points of this movie. And I respect them. I respect their opinion. But at the same time, I know the feeling that I had when I left the theater, and it wasn't good, man. It wasn't good at all, dude. And, man, dude, I maybe years down the line, I might give this another chance. Years down the line, after everything is settled down and whatnot, I might go back and watch this one again. But I'm telling you guys, I really, this one is so tough for me, man, because I really wanted to like this in such a big bad way. But I think the problem with this movie, genuinely, is it's packing like everything in the kitchen sink in here. It's got to have 2 films in one in here. It's got to catch up all the character resolutions and everything from the past like 1 or 2 films. On top of it, it's got to be its own film, and on top of that, it's got to wrap up an entire saga and a trilogy. Like, it's got so many issues to deal with, dude. And it just didn't pull it off. It felt like it was doing double, triple duty, and it just wasn't working, man. I really didn't think this was a satisfying conclusion to the Star Wars series. Is it everything you want from a Star Wars film? No, not for me. I hate to say it, man. I think there's points in here that I really like. I still like the Rey character. I like I like Poe. I don't think Finn was properly serviced in this series. I don't even think that Kylo Ren was either. You know, the Ben Skywalker stuff, I don't think that was serviced really well. I think a lot of these characters and a lot of this trilogy had gotten shortchanged, unfortunately. And it's a real shame, dude. We left the film really disappointed. And it kind of leaves a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth. This whole trilogy does. And I'm not just talking about The Rise of Skywalker. The whole trilogy leaves a really bad taste in your mouth. And I think at the end of the day, for me, Star Wars is always going to be, 4, 5, 6. And then, I really do like the prequels. I like 1, 2, and 3. But this new trilogy, dude, man, it's really disappointed me in a big bad way. And like I said, I am a Star Wars fan. I'm not the most hardcore Star Wars fan in the world, but I am a big Star Wars fan. And I left the theater really wanting more and really feeling like I got shortchanged out of a conclusion that could have been really epic and could have been amazing and really could have satisfied everything in the best way possible, but it just didn't do it. So again, dude, one of these days I will revisit it, but it really disappointed me, and unfortunately I just can't let that go, man. As much as I love Star Wars, I just can't let it go, dude. Honestly, that's just my opinion, man. Let me know what you think. I know it's harsh words, but I gotta tell it like it is, guys. I gotta be honest with you, and that's what it is, man. Really, honestly, the truth, man. But honestly, though, that is a really great addition, man. This limited edition packaging is really cool, and Walmart should definitely be proud of themselves. This thing looks kick-ass, dude, by far, dude. So if you are a fan of the film, and yes, I knocked down the film for like 9 minutes straight, but you know what? This is a great addition to check out by far, man. Not bad, dude. And I even do like the artwork here. It's not bad either, man. Not bad at all. And actually, pretty cool display, man. Walmart has been doing really good with their displays, and this is no exception, man. Not bad at all. We'll see if they have the regular 4K and everything as well. They don't have it here, but we'll definitely check that out, man. Not bad so far. Let's see what else Walmart's got. And then we're over in this section, guys, and I am seeing they do have that 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital regular edition, the Ultimate Collector's Edition one here for $29.96. And this one has that cover of sort of the X-Wing going up against the multiple ships right there. And actually the back also has like, wow, that's really cool. It's like a picture of Kylo Ren's mask with like the Star Destroyers right there. Wow, that's actually a really cool image. Whoa, that's actually really nice, man. Holy crap, that's really cool. The front though, I don't know if I really like, man. I honestly like the Blu-ray art a little bit better, and I definitely really prefer the limited edition packaging art a lot. That is really great art, man. I like that. This art seems a little generic, though. Doesn't really stand out or pop out at you. But the back, though, is really cool, man. Wow. The back is really, really awesome, though. But, the front, not so much, though, man. They do have that. They also have the DVD only as well for $19.96. If you guys were interested in just the DVD as well, they do have that here also. They don't have any of the other stuff, the Current War or VFW either. So if you were looking for that, hate to say it, but you guys are shit out of luck there. And then over in the 4K Ultra HD section where it says the future is clear, we have the Star Wars movies on 4K right here, all for $29.96. Now these actually got released this week as well on top of the Rise of Skywalker release. You've got Rogue One in 4K, Star Wars The Phantom Menace, Star Wars Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and The Force Awakens. So these all got a 4K release this week, guys. And I've actually heard that the ratings for these are actually really good. Like the 4K looks really solid on these releases. So if you guys have not picked up any of these in 4K and definitely want to do that, they do have these individual releases as well. But I will say something about these individual releases, man. I will. Now, if you guys remember a few months back, they had those Blu-ray editions of the Star Wars films at Target, and a lot of the same artwork here is the artwork that was on the Target editions, which really kind of upsets me a lot, because why can't we get the theatrical art on these releases, man? I mean, what's so bad about that? I mean, I know a lot of people really enjoyed that original poster art like myself and would really love to see it on these releases. And I just don't know why we're not getting that, dude. I just don't understand that, man. I mean, keeping the same artwork here is kind of lazy a little bit. I mean, it's not bad art. I mean, it's decent art. I mean, I like it, but it just is kind of a little lazy, considering that why not you just put the original theatrical art, which is so amazing anyway. That's such wonderful, like beautifully done art, man. And I think people would really appreciate it. Some of it kind of is a little bit of the theatrical art, a little bit kind of has some of the feel to it, and others are kind of hodgepodge. But I just wish we would have gotten that great theatrical art, dude. But other than that, man, you know, they do have all these editions here. And, you know, I will always say that the gold standard of Star Wars will always be movies like A New Hope, which is really, really amazing and fantastic. And I think the gold standard continues to always be these original trilogy movies, man. I still, to this day, when I grew up with them, they were still stuff that I adored. And even the prequel trilogy, dude. And I know a lot of people bag on the prequel trilogy, and I get it. I completely understand it. But I really enjoy these movies, man. I was in the movie theater in 99 watching Star Wars The Phantom Menace, dude. I was there opening day watching that shit with some friends, man. And the high that I was on was crazy, man. I mean, I loved it so much. I mean, movies like this, especially in 99, you know, in my late teens, really sort of, I think, to me, solidified my fandom in a big bad way. There's things in this movie I still love to this day. Yeah, the Jar Jar stuff is a little goofy, to say the least, but I've kind of gotten used to it, man. And even something like Attack of the Clones, which I know a lot of people really don't like. In fact, one of the guys at work tells me that this is the worst Star Wars movie. I don't know if I consider it the worst Star Wars movie, guys. I really don't. There's a lot of things I love here. I love Ewan McGregor here. I think Hayden Christensen is not half bad. I like the battle sequences. I like Jango Fett a lot here. Yes, the romance between Padme and Anakin is really cringeworthy and really bad, dude. I mean, I hate sand. It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere. Dude, trust me, I'm with you. I agree, but I still really love this movie. And look, the Yoda Dooku fight. Come on, if you weren't cheering in the theater for that shit, come on, man. Come on, dude. That's great, dude. I still love that one. And Revenge of the Sith, man, honestly, I was there in 2005 with Bob. We watched it on opening night. We went to the midnight screening, dude, and they barely do midnight screenings anymore for a lot of this stuff. I went to the midnight screening with him, dude, and we had a ball with this movie. This movie is really great. We really love that epic lightsaber battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan. I really love the ties to the original trilogy here. I think the story of him turning into Darth Vader is really great. Palpatine is phenomenal here. Seeing it like go dark and everything, like this is sort of the Palpatine that I love. Stuff from like Revenge of the Sith, man, that's the Palpatine that I adore. Not really the Rise of Skywalker one, but that's so good, man. I really love that one. Still, I consider this probably out of the prequel trilogy, actually, honestly, probably my favorite. I have to be honest, guys. It's really good, dude. I still really enjoy this one, dude, quite a bit. And I think there's been a lot of newer ones, even like Rogue One, which when I first watched Rogue One in the theater, I don't know if I really loved Rogue One like immediately, But honestly, like, there was one day when my girlfriend and I were like skipping through channels at her place, and like the ending of Rogue One was coming on, the whole like getting the Death Star plans and the whole like battle on the beach, and I was really engaged in the movie. I'm like thinking, damn, man, like I really love this, and I'm hoping that maybe years later when I rewatch stuff like The Rise of Skywalker, it'll be something like Rogue One where I rewatch it and I really sort of get re-engaged with the movie again, like Rogue One. I think Rogue One was so different because it was not, part of the like saga stuff, so you didn't quite know what to think about the movie, but it's such a really great, wonderful film. Rewatching it again, man, it's really great, dude. If I had to say ranking wise, outside of the original, outside of the new trilogy, where would I rank these movies? Oh my god, dude, I would probably have to say my favorite, and I think you guys are gonna fucking kill me, but I don't care, is I love Return of the Jedi, dude. There's that whole sort of thing they have in that movie, I believe it's Clerks, where they have that whole discussion of what's better, Empire or Jedi, and I love Jedi, dude, I really do. After that, I would probably say The Empire Strikes Back, and then after that, I would probably go and say, for me, it would be Revenge of the Sith, then it would go A New Hope, then it would go Phantom Menace, and then Attack of the Clones. Do I consider any Star Wars movie really totally terrible? Well, yeah, I kind of do, because The Last Jedi really sucks, man. And The Rise of Skywalker really just bit the bullet in a bad way for me, dude. It really just put a bad taste in my mouth. But overall, dude, I really have to give respect to the Star Wars saga, because it came from the imagination of George Lucas, which continues to astound me to this day, the world that he conjured up and created. And even if you don't love all the Star Wars movies like I do, and some are better than others, you definitely have to appreciate the creativity that went into that. And I really appreciate this in a big bad way. I honestly do, dude. It has shaped the sci-fi landscape and the fantasy landscape, and I think we're better for it. That's what I believe, guys. Definitely let me know what you guys think of this, and I'm sure my ranking, some of you guys are gonna literally kill me, dude, but that's what I think, man. But yeah, so they definitely have the 4Ks here. Not bad indeed, man. Not bad here at all. All right, may the force be with us. Let's head out. Color me surprised this week, guys. Really, color me majorly surprised, man. I mean, okay, they don't have all of the new releases this week, that's pretty clear, but they have a lot of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, man. They have that really cool display, they have the 4K, they have the Blu-ray, they have the DVD, and they have that really great exclusive, man. That looks really cool, dude. It just opens up like a book cover and sort of the inside contents. That is a really cool exclusive, man. I gotta admit, like I said, Walmart doesn't do a lot of exclusives nowadays, but when they do it, they do a pretty damn good job, dare I say, man. And on top of that, we definitely got those 4Ks here as well. So if you are a fan of Star Wars and are looking to Walmart for your fix, you're definitely going to get it by far, guys. Not bad here, not bad at all, guys. A lot of love for Star Wars in a big bad way, man. Not too bad here. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit busier here than normal. Usually it's been kind of a dead zone, a little bit busier, but people are definitely still maintaining the social distancing. I am as well. So, well, now that I'm done social distancing and checking out the media, let's head to the next location and see what they got. All right, everybody. We are at our second location, Target, and it's Star Wars Day. Yeah, man, it's Star Wars Day. Everyone is enjoying Star Wars. You have no idea. I was at Walmart, and, even after I was filming, people were, like, grabbing Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. They were just like, they were giddy like school kids. I wish I could be giddy like them. I wish I could be. But I'm not. But I still love Star Wars, and anytime a huge movie like Star Wars comes out or something, people got to get out of their homes. People got to, staying home for quarantine. What? Star Wars is out. Fuck that. Like, Come on, man. So, there are certain movies that will get people out of their homes to go pick up the media, and Star Wars is definitely one of them. So, even though I didn't love the movie, look, man, I got to appreciate people's love and appreciation for Star Wars. And hey, it gets people out, man. It gets people out buying physical media, even in a quarantine time like this. So, got to appreciate that, man. And you've definitely got to appreciate the exclusives. And that was one hell of an exclusive, man. Now, if Target doesn't have an exclusive, I'll be shocked to shit, guys. I'll be shocked. I'm assuming they are going to have a great exclusive, as Target has always been really great lately in having the exclusives. On top of that, look, I want to see the other releases as well. And, when there's a big, great release week, Target really goes out of their way to put up some really great titles and put up some good supply, and this week I don't think is going to be any exception, man. I think we're going to get some really great stock, some really cool titles. So let's continue with Star Wars Day and head to Target and see what the Force will have for us this week. All right, everybody, we are in at Target here with this display for Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Very nice. Look at that, man. Very cool. And not bad stock, man. Quite a lot of Rise of Skywalker, let me tell you. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray digital of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker for $24.99. They have the DVD only over here for $19.99. And they also have, oh yes, another exclusive right here, guys. They have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital only at Target Limited Edition, which includes the Filmmaker Gallery book. Nice, look at that. I love that art, dude. That art is like really, that feels like classic Star Wars art that you would see on like a poster for like Star Wars A New Hope or something like that, like that old school hand-drawn art. God, that looks really classy, man. That's nice artwork, dude. And that is $34.99. And you can kind of see what's on the inside here with that Filmmaker Gallery booklet. It actually looks really cool, man. That's really nice. Ooh, this is a really nice edition, man. Target definitely did a good job on this one by far. Very nice, dude. Very, very nice indeed. Now, I wanted to talk about Mr. J.J. Abrams. Yes, some of you are calling him Jar Jar Abrams. Look, I've always loved the guy. I think J.J. Abrams has always been a really great, unique filmmaker. I've loved his imagination and I've loved his vision for a lot of the projects that he's done. I know a lot of people have compared him to Steven Spielberg, and I kind of sort of hold the phone on that a little bit. And the reason why, because he needs to do a hell of a lot more before anyone's ever going to really compare him to Spielberg. But some people have kind of made the comparisons already. When he was announced for The Force Awakens, or at that point Star Wars, nobody really knew what it was at that point, I was really happy with the decision. I loved JJ. I thought he would bring something unique and interesting, the same that what sort of George Lucas brought to it at a young age when he first created it. I thought there was a lot of really great potential. And despite sort of a lot of the sort of been there, done that with The Force Awakens and how a lot of people compared it to A New Hope and certain plot elements, I thought it was a really great bounce back for Star Wars. I thought it was a really great movie that introduced a lot of really great characters and really got the ball rolling in a really great way with this trilogy. And I thought he did a really great job with that. And then Rian Johnson came into the picture, and I know that basically J.J. Abrams and a bunch of these people, Lawrence Kasdan and everything, they had ideas of where the story was going to go. Things like Snoke and Rey's parents and everything like that. They had sort of an outline of where things were going to go. And they gave it to Rian Johnson, and they said, here, this is where we generally think things are going to go. Obviously, do your own thing and put flourishes into it and whatnot. And then basically what Rian Johnson did was Rian Johnson basically crumpled the piece of paper up and threw it in the garbage, is what he did. And he did his own thing. He did not care about continuing any of the storylines or further advancing the characters. He just wanted to do his own thing. And whether you blame Rian Johnson for that or whether you blame Kathleen Kennedy, it really doesn't matter at this point. It happened. And I felt really bad for J.J. Abrams when he was making The Rise of Skywalker, because he was put in such a bad position, dude. He really was put in a really tough position, because The Last Jedi really did nothing to further the plot along, if you really think about it, man. I mean, if you look back at something like Empire Strikes Back, if you really honestly do, it set up the Return of the Jedi in so many really great ways. You know, the whole thing of like, Luke, I am your father, introducing the idea of the Emperor who's higher up than Vader, the whole Han and Carbonite thing. There's so much really great elements that they set up for a really great adventure in Return of the Jedi, and The Last Jedi really didn't do that. It really didn't give that forward momentum to give a lot of really great storylines for The Rise of Skywalker to really take advantage of. And the problem is that J.J. Abrams had to come in and make 2 movies, and he had to overstuff this thing to the gills in order to try to make a movie that not only could be a sequel to The Force Awakens and advance these characters in a lot of ways, but also maybe ignore certain pieces of The Last Jedi. Like, again, they completely redid the whole thing with Rey's parents, and they went out of their way to really disregard a lot of stuff from The Last Jedi, because I have a feeling that they just had no choice, dude. I mean, there was so many decisions for Snoke that got killed. I mean, stuff with Rey's parents. I have a feeling that a lot of the decisions that they tried to do were basically, they were just handcuffed and they couldn't get a lot of this stuff done. And it's a real goddamn shame, dude. It really honestly is. And I think that's where the problem lies, man. The problem lies in that they had to do too much here. And it just really, killed the movie. And it just, I mean, I give J.J. Abrams a lot of credit, because he really tried to make a cohesive movie. He really tried to do something unique and interesting here and tried to wrap the saga up in some kind of satisfying way, but he just wasn't able to do it. And a lot of it, I do have to admit, I blame The Last Jedi for. Because if The Last Jedi did its job in a great middle part of a trilogy and really set up a lot of really great stuff to really take us home in The Rise of Skywalker, I don't think we would be having these issues. I really don't, man. If you look at a lot of really great movies that are the middle of a trilogy, they get darker, but yet at the same time, they set up a lot of really great plot elements and a lot of really great stuff that carries you into that third film. And if you really think about The Last Jedi, it didn't do that, man. It really didn't do that at all. And, you know, on top of that, the death of Carrie Fisher really sort of put them in a bind as well. And, you know, even though I don't really like this film and I was very disappointed by it, I do have to give J.J. Abrams a lot of credit, because he tried his hardest, man. A part of me thinks this movie would have failed regardless, but I mean, he tried his best. He honestly did, and I give him points for trying. But I think when we look back at this trilogy, and it really is true, I think this whole trilogy is going to be an absolute mess. And I still don't understand why, to this day, why J.J. Abrams didn't direct all 3 of the movies. Maybe he thought that the trilogy was going to be in good hands with Rian Johnson and everything, but that ended up not being the case. So I think J.J. Abrams should have just stayed on and directed them all. maybe we would be having a very different discussion now. I don't know. I mean, that's just my thoughts, guys. I mean, definitely let me know what you think of sort of the middle of the trilogy, J.J. Abrams, what he had to work with. Definitely let me know, guys. But this is a really great Target edition, man. This is really phenomenal. And I think it's way better artwork than the Blu-ray by far, man. Very classy artwork. Love that so much, dude. This is another really fantastic edition, dude. Nice. Very, very cool, man. Not bad at all. Nice. Definitely if you're looking for classy artwork, that one's not bad at all. Very cool, guys, and definitely a lot of variety and selection for all you Star Wars lovers out there. Not bad. All right. Let's see what else Target's got. All right, everybody, we're over in this section of Target, and the first thing I am seeing is they do have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital, the regular one, not the limited edition, for $29.99. So they do have that as well. If you guys were just looking for the regular 4K, they do have that edition here also. They also end up having the complete 11th season of SpongeBob SquarePants, new to DVD for $14.99. Oh boy. Do you guys realize that I have never seen a single episode of SpongeBob SquarePants? I honestly have not. Now it's so weird because my girlfriend really loves SpongeBob SquarePants for some reason. But you know what I've heard with this show over the years is that what people do is that they'll get high while watching SpongeBob SquarePants, and it's like this real surreal, trippy experience. And I keep on thinking to myself, geez, isn't there better things to do than get high and watch SpongeBob SquarePants? But then again, you know what? Maybe it's this really sort of mind altering, like life affirming experience that you just come out of it and you're like, wow. You're like Cheech and Chong. You're like, that's so rad, man. Yeah, it's so groovy, dude. Not that I'll ever do that, but I've heard people say it, man. Nice. You know, I do have to admit though that this show is one of those really great, interesting shows where like kids can enjoy and adults can enjoy as well. It sort of breaks the barrier because there's a lot of animated shows that like kids love, and then when you get older you sort of have that nostalgia feeling. But this is one of those kind of like with South Park that sort of breaks the barrier. I think South Park is much more adult than it is for kids, but it sort of breaks the barrier of like young teens sort of watching it. And I guess SpongeBob kind of does that as well, man. And SpongeBob is really popular, dude. I mean, toys and movies and the TV show stuff. I mean, my God, dude. I mean, this I think exceeded anybody's wildest expectations, especially Nickelodeon. But here we are, man. Wild times indeed, dude. Man. Jeez. If you love SpongeBob or have gotten high while watching SpongeBob, definitely let me know your experiences because I'm dying to find out, dude. I'm dying, man. Wow. Jeez. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of The Current War, the director's cut for $22.99. Now, I actually got a chance to watch this one on Amazon Prime, and I actually was really interested to watch this because I remember seeing the trailers and I thought it was really fascinating, man. Basically, the movie is about Edison and Westinghouse, and it's sort of back in the day. It's based on a true story of when they were fighting this kind of war against each other for like the supremacy of like light, like with like flash bulbs and lighting the world and electricity, and it's really fascinating, man. I really did enjoy this movie quite a bit, man. I thought the acting here is amazing. Benedict Cumberbatch does an amazing job here. He's fantastic. Michael Shannon is really electric here as well. Tom Holland in a small role does really good here. Nicholas Hoult, who plays Nikola Tesla, does an amazing job as well. He's really fantastic here. I really liked this movie, man, and it sort of dives into the struggles that these men had, sort of paving the way for the world, even going so far as to sort of like prison electrocutions and where that came from. Really fascinating stuff, dude. I thought this was a really great movie. This movie sort of has the potential to kind of be a bore a little bit because you're thinking, well, it takes place way back in the day and it's just about these two guys fighting over electricity and you know, it's probably not that interesting. Honestly, it was way more interesting than I thought it was going to be. And it's weird because this movie came out last year, but it's actually, I think, a movie from 2017. And what ended up happening was that it was going to be released, and it was going to be released under sort of the Weinstein Corporation. And the whole thing blew up with like Harvey Weinstein. And they had to try to sell this movie off to another distributor. And then that distributor sold it off to another one and vice versa. And it just got caught in this sort of whirlwind. And trust me, Harvey Weinstein is a real scumbag, okay? So I'm not, you know, justifying that guy whatsoever, but I feel bad for movies like The Current War that are really good but just got caught in the crosshairs. It really sucks, man. It's actually a really solid movie, man. If you love some of these actors, if you love sort of they're definitely going out of their way to show their acting chops, and it definitely shows in a big bad way, man. Definitely do it. And also, one other real tidbit about The Current War that I wanted to say is that what's really interesting is that, you know, Thomas Edison is known for a lot of things like the electricity and light bulb and a lot of stuff. But did you guys realize that he also helped invent motion pictures? Yeah, he actually helped invent motion pictures, guys. Wild and crazy as it is, he actually did. And so, you know, when you're watching a movie today or tomorrow or whenever you're going to do it, give sort of a little tip to your hat to Thomas Edison, because without him, we might not have movies. We might not. He sort of helped pave the way for motion pictures. So, very interesting tidbit about that. Not bad, man. You do get here feature commentary with the director and deleted scenes. It actually really is a fascinating movie and definitely one I really enjoyed. So I highly recommend this. If you like biopics, then this one definitely is worth checking out by far, man. Definitely give that one a go. And I just want to say a couple more words about Star Wars, man, while I'm at it here. Because, you know, what is the future of Star Wars? If you really think about it, what is the future of it? We have The Mandalorian, who that did really, really well, and Mandalorian is really fantastic, and I love that show. It's really, really amazing. And you have other TV shows that are coming down the pike. I know they're doing a Star Wars show based on the character from Rogue One. I know they're eventually going to be doing that Obi-Wan Kenobi show, which, by the way, that's one I'm definitely looking forward to. But as far as the movies go, there's not really anything majorly on the horizon right now. There really isn't. I hate to say it, but I think the movies, honestly, at this point, I think a lot of people are really burnt out on Star Wars, and I really do think it's a Disney thing. I do, man, because Disney was like giving us like almost a movie every single year, and I think people finally got burnt out by it. I think I just think that they just saturated the market with too much Star Wars. They really honestly did, man. And I mean, now with like the theme parks and everything, and I think for me, I think people are ready to kind of just take a breather from Star Wars. I really honestly do. I think people are ready to sort of kind of relax a little bit. Now after the Rise of Skywalker, I think people are like, okay, let's back it up a little bit. Let's kind of have a breather from it. Take 3 to 5, 6 years and just kind of chill out a little bit. Yeah, we'll have the TV stuff, but let's not do any more of the movies. Let's kind of slow it down a little bit. There's rumors of like Kevin Feige that's going to do stuff there's rumors of like an old Republic movie and everything like that. I don't know if they're true or not, but for me right now, let's just slow everything down, dude. I mean, I hope the future of Star Wars is bright. I hope that we can get back to these huge event movies and people are really going to love Star Wars again, cuz I think there's a lot of uncertainty about Star Wars, and there's a lot of unease and a lot of anger over Star Wars. I've dealt with it. I've seen it. I've and a lot of people have talked about how maybe George Lucas should have stayed in charge of Star Wars. Maybe he should have not given up the property to such a huge entity like Disney. There's so much like opinions out there, man. I'm very curious to what you guys think about this. I think right now the futures of Star Wars is, I think it's a little bit in question. We'll have the movies, we'll always have them, and we'll have things like The Mandalorian, and we'll have these TV shows, but outside of that, is there really anything else that is coming that you are excited about with Star Wars? I mean, definitely let me know, man. I think it's time to take a break from Star Wars. Even if you like the movie, I think you have to realize that the market has been so oversaturated with it, and that it's like anything. It's like with zombies, or it's like with slasher movies or war films or anything. I think oversaturating the market is really bad. And at a certain point, I really do feel like people sort of have a lot of exhaustion. And I think we're finally there with Star Wars, man. It took a really long time, but we're finally there. Let me know what you guys think of this, man. You do get here the Skywalker Legacy documentary, which is very interesting because they've done a really great documentary on The Force Awakens, and they did a really great one on The Last Jedi as well. So this one is probably a really good one on the making of the movie. You also get past the Pasana Pursuit, creating the speeder chase, Dio, Key to the Past, and more. Not bad, man. Like I said, some really good features there, and some really great exclusives as well. This is really fantastic as well, man. So not bad, dude. But I honestly do think it's time to, for the time being, let Star Wars drift away just a little bit. And when it comes back, it'll come back even bigger and stronger than ever. That's my opinion. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Not bad. A lot of Star Wars love. Let's see what else they got. All right, we are over in the new TV releases, guys, and the first thing I'm seeing, and the only thing actually, is Mr. Robot, the complete series on DVD for $57.99. Now, I know that the final season came out this week as well. They don't have the final season, so they just have the complete series set, which actually is not bad. It kind of looks cool. Man, really bulky. Wow. Now, I have never seen a single episode of Mr. Robot. Not a single one, dude. So, honestly, I really don't even know how the show is. It sort of came out at a time when it was coming out on the USA Network, and I was getting rid of cable at that point. So I never got around to actually watching it. I know a lot of people actually really enjoyed that first season and really thought it was a brilliant show. And then after that, I didn't really hear much about Mr. Robot after that. I really didn't. I mean, I know it has Christian Slater in it and Rami Malek, which, by the way, man, this was so interesting because this show really came out before Rami Malek really became huge and big and sort of this huge star that he is now. So it's kind of interesting to look at Mr. Robot sort of pre-stardom Rami Malek and sort of post-stardom Rami Malek. Because if you look at sort of like the final season of Mr. Robot, that came out after, of course, Bohemian Rhapsody and him winning the Oscar. So it's kind of interesting sort of seeing two sides of Rami Malek here, man. Really interesting. I've always been intrigued by the story, sort of this hacker that is a vigilante and sort of interesting, sort of this underground hacktivist group, and it seems really interesting, sort of having a worldwide revolution. There's a lot of really cool stuff here, man. It sounds really interesting and really cool. And like I said, I never actually started to watch it or get into it, but I always heard really good things about this, man. So now that it's finally all completed and done, maybe I should give it a look. I mean, definitely let me know what you think of Mr. Robot. Good, bad? You know, did it start off great? Did it end sort of ho-hum? Or was it the opposite? Was it consistent? Was it really good? I mean, definitely let me know your thoughts on Mr. Robot, guys. Interesting. A lot of special features, though. Deleted scenes, gag reel, Making Mr. Robot, Behind the Mask. It's Mr. Robot Season 3 were divided. Interesting. Not bad, man. Yeah, definitely let me know about this show, guys. It's always been one that's been on the back burner and I've wanted to check out, but I definitely want to know what your guys' opinions are, so definitely let me know, man. Not bad. Not bad at all, man. That's the only thing I'm seeing over here in this section, but not bad, actually, for Target. All right, let's head out. Ah, yes, not bad this week over at Target, guys. Actually, really, really cool. A lot of really great selection this week, man. A lot of Star Wars love as we've been seeing, man. And that really great exclusive for The Rise of Skywalker, which that art looks fantastic, man. Wish I loved the movie more, but yeah, actually, that's some really great exclusive stuff, man. So a really great one at Walmart and a really great one at Target. Not bad exclusive this week, man. And speaking of which, I was going to show you guys, as I told you, over here at Target, they did have those Blu-rays and digitals. Like I said, it's all the same artwork, dude. It's all the same stuff. The Blu-ray, digital. They do have the 4Ks here as well. So they have the 4Ks here on top of the old school Blu-rays that came out a few months back. So they do have these as well. But again, it's the same artwork, man. It didn't change. So it's just a little bit more kind of, if you kind of look at it, it's a little bit more glossier of a cover compared to the Blu-ray, but that's it, man. It's really the same old stuff, dude. Really. Just the same artwork, which again is just a real, like, sucks, dude. And if you were thinking the Blu-ray editions were going to go down majorly in price, they only went down to $22.99. That's not much of a price drop, dude. So I am really disappointed in the fact that we didn't get better artwork and editions here. We just ended up getting the 4Ks with the same Blu-ray artwork. Again, I think that's lazy, dude. Why not just have the original theatrical poster art? Because that is a tremendous art, dude. It's really great hand-drawn art that looks amazing. Why not do that? But I don't know, dude. I mean, you've got a lot of special features here, commentaries, and a lot of really great featurettes, but come on, man. You know, the 4K could look great, but let's be a little bit more creative. Just saying, guys. That's just my own thoughts, but yeah, like I said, it's the same stuff as the Blu-ray. But the good news with the 4K is that it does have the special features where the Blu-ray here did not. So thankfully, the 4K does come with all the cool features, but, you know, if you have the previous ones, are you interested to really going up to 4K? Definitely let me know what you guys think, guys. In the meantime, not half bad here at Target, indeed. Some really good selection and variety. Not bad so far. Let's head out. All right, everybody. We are at one more location, and do I have to say what it is? Okay, I probably do. That is none other than, yeah, we're going to a second Walmart, guys. I wanted to see what kind of love Star Wars is getting over at this Walmart. On top of that, look, we have not seen VFW. I want to see if they have that here, and what else is going on with this store? Is there any other selection that we haven't seen yet? So I wanted to kind of check this place out, you know. Get in, get out, be quick about it, but definitely check out the media that this Walmart has in store. All right, let's go in and check it out. All right, guys, we're in at this Walmart, and they are wiped over here, dude. Look at this, and they are so wiped of releases. In fact, if you look over here, dude, they're definitely a little bit wiped, man. Whoa, they're wiped in a big bad way, dude. Wow, man. guess people have definitely been buying from here, dude. The only other thing I'm seeing here that I haven't shown you guys yet is they have VFW, the Blu-ray for $12.96 and the DVD for $12.96. God, they got to get their prices right, because I'm pretty sure that's not the case with these guys. But I got a chance to watch this one on Amazon Prime, guys, and I definitely wanted to watch this in a big bad way, dude. I really did, man. For a couple reasons, because I thought the trailer looked really cool, man, and I am a fan of Joe Bagos. Joe Bagos is a young director that's done a lot of really cool and very interesting horror films, man. He's done a lot of really cool stuff that honestly has been kind of outside of the box, but really unique, man. Stuff like Almost Human was one of those ones, and he's kind of one of those unique voices in horror that I don't think many people are really talking about. Definitely give Joe Bagos films a try. He reminds me of somebody who's like a young Carpenter. You can definitely see a lot of influence of Carpenter in a lot of his work. And also, I just wanted to see this because of the cast, dude. I mean, you've got Stephen Lang, you've got William Sadler, dude, who was like Death in like the Bill and Ted Bogus Journey movie. Done a lot of really great stuff. You've got Martin Coe from the Karate Kid series. You've got Fred the Hammer Williamson, baby, yeah. Even George Wendt is in here too, man. And I wanted to check this out, dude. Basically, it's about these sort of war veterans who are kind of just celebrating somebody's birthday at this VFW, and there's this woman that comes in with this huge bag of drugs, and these people who are all hooked on this drug and want it, they're hunting her down, and they want these drugs so badly that they are going to rip this VFW apart and kill these people just for the drugs, man. And it's sort of these veterans fighting for their life against these sort of drugged up hoodlums. And it's so good, dude. I love this movie so goddamn much, man. It has influences of Carpenter written all over it, whether it's the characters, the music, which is very Carpenter-like, dude. It feels very Assault on Precinct 13, man. Very early Carpenter influences, man. Very, very much. It seems like he took a page straight out of Carpenter, dude. And I gotta admit, the blood and gore and violence here is off the charts, dude. It is sick, man. When somebody gets, like, shot, they don't get just regular shot. They blow the fuck up, dude. People are getting hacked to death, and their heads are blowing off, and body parts are flying, and dude, this thing is bloody as shit, man. I love the characters. They're sort of all like, you know, gruff and hard ass and badass, and the villains and the bad guys are like really menacing and cool, and seeing these old actors really coming together and kick ass still, dude, that's so awesome, man. VFW was such, man, it was so fun, and it really is a pure unadulterated shot of adrenaline. It really is, man. I love sort of the blood-soaked sort of neon look of the movie. I think all the actors really get some really fantastic moments in the film. Like, I don't think these actors are really wasted. They get some really great screen time, and they get these really great badass moments that you're like, yeah, dude, Fred the Hammer, man, yeah, he would do that. Or like Martin Cove, look at that badass motherfucker. Like, that's what this movie is about, dude, and it delivers in spades, dude. Honestly, this is a high recommendation from me, guys. Definitely watch this one, because it is so cool, dude. I can't say enough things about this, dude. It is so amazing, man. High regards for this one, man. Joe Bagos is one of those directors to really look out for, and VFW is so amazing, man. And, you know, it just makes me appreciate old people even more. Like old people like my mother could kick the living shit out of me, dude. And these guys, even though they have a lot of mileage on them, boy, they could still go a hell of a lot longer, man. Dude, this is great, man. High recommendation for me. This is straight out of the Carpenter playbook, and it rocks. Definitely give this one a look, dude. You got two filmmaker audio commentaries, the making of VFW, meet the cast, and the special makeup effects. Some really cool makeup effects here, man. A really great story. It's about an hour and a half long. It speeds by, dude, but it is really fantastic. These veterans are in for the fight of their lives. Goddamn right, dude. I love the cover too, man. So bad with the flag in the background, and they got their weaponry and looking all badass. Wouldn't fuck with those guys. Oh, so cool. This is such an awesome movie, guys. I love the crap out of this. Definitely give this one a chance. Buy A Farm, and you will not be disappointed. Nice. Very cool here. Unfortunately, nothing else to really show off here, guys, but I was hoping to see VFW, and I was not disappointed. Dude, that is so awesome, man. Well, they do have a good amount of stock over on that side, but boy, they are definitely getting wiped in a big bad way, man. Physical media reigns supreme, and if you gotta stay in quarantine, why not pick up some titles? Not bad. All right, let's head out. Man, this Walmart definitely got beat to shit in a big bad way, dude. And I've told you, they've been really good at stock in this Walmart, but it looks like the demand finally caught up to them in a big bad way, because, man, they are wiped in certain sections, like a lot, man. And I can see why, dude. I mean, you know, quarantining is not just about going on Netflix, and it's not just about the whole, like, you know, streaming life. A lot of people want to go into a store and get a good movie on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K and just go home and chill out, dude. And that's what I love about physical media, dude. Once you have it, you own it, and you don't have to rely on some streaming service that has to constantly, like, you know, either they have the movie or they don't have the movie. You know, so I can see why people are getting bum rushed with the physical media, and I'm glad to see it. I really honestly am, dude. It's good to see. I mean, I want people to actually have all the stuff in stock, but at the same time, I want people to also, like, be buying the physical media as well. So, you know, it's half and half, dude. But I'm glad they do have some good stock here of a lot of older titles. Not much newer indie stuff, but really not a lot of indie stuff came out this week outside of VFW, pretty much. But that movie alone is so well worth it, guys. And I do want to show you one other quick thing here, which is this really cool Star Wars display that nobody else has. The other Walmart didn't have it, but this one has, and it's really cool, man. You got to check this thing out.
Documents to customer service for customer assistance, please. Documents to customer service for customer assistance.
Why the hell can't every display be like that? Jeez, that's a really cool display, man. You know, and it just goes to show you that no store actually sometimes gets the same display for every location. Some get bigger displays, some get a little bit more smaller displays. Not bad, actually. Not bad at all. Definitely a lot of Star Wars love indeed this week, man. For sure. I wish I could have shown off a little bit more here, but honestly, not many releases this week outside of Star Wars, and that's pretty damn packed, dare I say, man. Not bad at all, dude. Not bad at all. Definitely wanted to show off at least one more location, give a little bit more love. Glad I did. All right, let's head out. All right, everybody. That'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And I still want to say how great it is to still see the physical media still being represented at these stores in one way or another. And I really do mean that, guys, from the bottom of my heart, because, you know, doing these recent out and abouts, I've been very worried that we weren't going to see any physical media at these places. Because, look, physical media is not exactly the biggest, highest priority that's going on right now. It really isn't. But at the same time, I say to myself that with all the madness that's going on and all the craziness and the unpredictability, movies are such a great escape. from reality, from everything that's going on. And you have no idea how many people have come to me and have said, "Oh, Seth, I'm watching Netflix tonight, man. I'm checking out that new show or that movie that I've been wanting to." Or other people saying, "Oh man, I'm dusting that movie off of the shelf. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Good as time as any to do it." And you know, movies are really important in a time like this. They really honestly are. Because they can transport you to a place that you've never been to, characters that you fantasize about, situations that you'd love to be a part of. And with everything going on with this pandemic, I think I think we need a little bit of escapism. I really do. I think we need a little bit of escapism, a little bit of, you know, a sense of losing ourselves in these movies and taking a step back and just trying to have a little fun in this time of crisis, man. I really do believe that. I think it keeps us at least a little bit sane. And I think that's where physical media really comes in because, it's important if somebody's going out to these stores that they kind of look at the physical media section and they say, "Oh my God, I haven't seen that movie in so long," or "Wow, that movie just came out on DVD, like crazy. I gotta pick this up." I think movies are really important right now, and for people to still have the opportunity to buy these movies and to still take them home and own them, I think is really really great to still give people something to do and to to still give people a chance to catch up on movies and to find these old gems or a new movie that they had no idea about. I think the physical media has a really great importance right now within this crisis of escapism and really and really losing yourself in these movies and in these titles and really giving things a chance that you might not have otherwise or revisiting things that you haven't in like years. I think it's really important for these stores to still keep this going. And it was really great this week to see the displays and the exclusives and the titles because we can't lose sight of the fact that, you know, among all of the madness that's happening, you still need to have entertainment. You still need to have some outlet in which you can really enjoy yourself and have and have an escape. And movies are one of the best ways to do it, guys. And the fact that there is still movies out there that are being released and people have a chance to find them is vitally important. Whether you're buying stuff online or finding it in the stores, I think it's vitally important to have the movies there by your side to really give you that comfort and that sense of fun that right now is kind of missing in the world. So I really do think it's vitally important, man. So it was really humbling to see that by far, man. I mean, yes, I'm not buying Star Wars this week, but if you are, I can't blame you because it's escapism. And we really need that this around at this time. We really do, guys. So for me, I am a big bad fan of keeping physical media around in these times. Giving a movie to a friend and saying, "Hey, you know what? Maybe you haven't seen this, but I know you're bored as shit right now. Here's this movie. Hope you enjoy it." Passing movies around and giving recommendations to people. People are stuck at home. It's nice to sort of give them an outlet. And why do we buy these movies in the first place? Because we love them and we want to own them and we want to watch them. And these are the perfect times to do it, guys. So that's my 2 cents, man. Hey, that's what I think. But definitely let me know what you picked up this week, guys. There was a few really interesting releases that came out this week, so definitely check those out and let me know what you guys got. In the meantime, as far as I'm concerned, well, I got a package from Diabolic DVD, the last 2 releases that I will be picking up for March, guys. and both of them are Scream Factory titles. Yes, little Scream Factory love never hurt nobody. And one of these Scream Factory titles is a movie from the 80s that I've never seen before. I've only heard how many people really love the movie and how many people really think it's a really cool sort of slasher type of movie that doesn't get enough love as it should. So I decided, what the hell, man, I'm gonna give this one a chance, dude. I'm really looking forward to this one. I've heard only really good things over the years. Surprised I've never seen it until now, but why not give a chance to it? And the other one is an early 2000s movie that I watched, oh my god, years and years and years and years ago. We're talking about how old I am now. And, I remember loving the movie, but it had been so many years since I had seen it. And so when Scream Factory announced it, I'm like, really? They're doing this movie? And I'm like, I'm just going to give it a chance. What the hell? I may remember liking it, or I may say it sucks. You never know, guys. But I'm going to give it a try, man. But you guys will not get to find out exactly what I picked up until my March pickups that will drop sometime next month. Definitely keep a lookout for that one, guys. And I wanted to actually talk about Star Wars a little bit more, because what really intrigued me about going out to the stores this week was all of the really great additions that have been out there over the years for Star Wars. Now, mind you, yes, there is an edition, a Steelbook edition that came out at Best Buy. Mind you, guys, we're not going to show it off. I'm sorry. I wish I could have shown it off. Right now, Best Buy is either closed or they're doing curbside pickup. They're not really doing in-store stuff right now. So, unfortunately, Best Buy is closed off to me. I wish I could have went to Best Buy for you guys, but that's just not in the cards, man. And from what I know, this pandemic restrictions is going on for at least another month. So, for all of April, we definitely will not be seeing Best Buy, guys. So I do apologize, but hopefully, if you guys are into Steelbooks, hopefully you guys ended up checking that one out. And I know there is also a complete 4K collection set, I think coming from Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. And that's one I know a lot of people are looking forward to as well. So definitely check that out also. But, I've noticed that there's been so much additions of Star Wars over the years, whether it's the VHS, whether it's DVD, Blu-ray, now 4K. And, Star Wars has always been one of those titles over the years, much like the Terminator and, Alien and a lot of these other titles that really flood the market every few years with another edition for some reason. And Star Wars is no exception, man. And, I wanted to show off the one Star Wars set that I have that I really think is kind of cool. And that is the Star Wars DVD trilogy set, 4, 5, and 6, that I own. And if you guys remember this one, I remember when this came out and was such a hot ticket item, man. People were really wanting to buy this sucker. And I got my hands on it, still have it to this day, man. As you can see on this side, really cool. And you also have Vader on there, the whole spine with 4, 5, and 6 right there. And on the inside, you have this, very nice. Also, Star Wars there, and Once Upon a Time in a Galaxy Far, Far Away. Very nice, man. However, the one sucky thing about this set, and I'll be honest, guys, is the artwork. Woo! The artwork's pretty ugly in this one, dude. Look at this. That's really rough artwork, dude. Yeah, that's really bad, man. Yeah. Ugh. This one's pretty rough. Yeah, that's really bad artwork, guys. It makes the 4K editions and the Blu-ray editions look like a goddamn saint. I mean, jeez, look at these ones, man. I never said the artwork was good in them. Not at all, dude. But it does come with, this great sort of documentary on the trilogy. It comes with commentary on all 3 of the movies. And I've always really cherished this set, dude. I've had my opportunities to buy the Blu-ray. I never really did. And unfortunately, I'll never have in my hand the actual original versions, because these are actually the versions that were in the theater in like 97 or around there. That's these versions. And unfortunately, I think it's just one of those original version stuff that is this holy grail that I don't think we're ever going to see, guys. I really don't. I would love to hope that Disney owns them, but something tells me that we're just never going to end up actually getting the original versions on Blu-ray or 4K. I'm really hoping I'm wrong. It's sort of this holy grail title that everybody really wants. I want them. I know that the VHS version had them. And God, you lucky SOBs, if one of you guys has it, man, that unedited original movies, oh, dude, is a gem to have. So if you guys have that, definitely keep it in your collection. And it just goes to show you guys that I'm not all about Blu-ray. I'm not all about 4K. Sometimes a little DVD love ain't half bad. I still own this. And, will I pick up future editions of Star Wars? I possibly will, guys, because let's be honest. Let's be really honest. There will be more editions of Star Wars in the future. Do you think this is the last versions of these movies that are going to come out on physical media? No way, guys. I'm telling you, Star Wars every few years really surprises us with new releases. And we're going to get more, dude. I mean, there's going to be newer movies eventually. There's going to be, new ways to promote it. We're going to get newer editions out there in the market. So we'll never see the end of Star Wars on physical media. It'll always come out in some way, shape, or form, guys. But I wanted to show off a little bit of my Star Wars love, guys. Definitely let me know what kind of Star Wars love that you own as well. And before I end up letting you guys go, I wanted to give some thoughts and some love to a director that recently passed away that really shocked a lot of people about his death, but there's been a lot of really loving tributes about the guy, and that is Stuart Gordon. Stuart Gordon was one of these really great horror directors that really made his mark and really had a big influence on the genre. And for me, and I think for a lot of people, there's certain titles that when you end up being a horror fan, there's certain movies that are sort of holy grail movies that you have to watch in order to be a horror fan. You just have to. They're essential viewing, no matter what. You have to. And one of those movies has to be Reanimator. It has to be. Reanimator is one of those movies that really is a film that is required viewing for any horror lover. It's just the facts. It's just the truth, man. And I remember when I first watched this movie, and I was blown away by it, man. I was really blown away by just the over-the-top ridiculousness of the movie. I'm like, oh my god, a head is giving head, and look at all these crazy zombie-like people running around, and oh my god, this weird reanimated cat, and I'm like, what kind of movie did I just step myself into, dude? And all these really wonderful characters, and the green colors, and the movie popped, and I really fell in love with it instantly. And it was really the first time of ever really watching a horror comedy. And I never really knew that the two could mash up so well. And this was the first time that I really felt that. And the reason being is because of Stuart Gordon, his sense of humor, and the way he ends up, building tension and relieving you with the comedy. He knows what he's doing. He came from the theater as a director and the indie stuff, and he knew how to do a movie on a budget and be effective and get the performances he wanted. He never knew it at the time, but he was going to be one of the biggest influencers in horror. And Reanimator is where it started, guys. It really honestly did. It's such a wonderful movie. But it's not just that. I mean, he's done a lot of other stuff, guys. I mean, I look at other movies that I've really, really loved that I can honestly recommend. From Beyond. From Beyond is amazing. I love From Beyond, dude. From Beyond is so awesome. Taking sort of the wild sort of nature of Reanimator and then turning it upside down and From Beyond with the weird like purple pinkish lights to this weird like creature that's morphing, and you have Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs sort of switching roles in a lot of ways. It was so genuinely fun and weird, and I just loved it so much, man. And it was like the two of these made me instantly love Stuart Gordon so much. But that's not the only thing, man. I mean, I can also recommend, honestly, where's it right here? I can recommend Dolls. Dolls is great. Dolls is awesome. A lot of people talk about, Chucky, and they talk about a lot of these other killer doll movies. Add Dolls to that list. It was so genuinely atmospheric, and it was creepy, and I thought how the people turned into dolls was really inventive and creative and scary. The old dark house stuff, like Stuart Gordon knew how to make an effective horror movie. It didn't matter whether it was a mad scientist going crazy, zombies, weird creatures. He was an effective director, and he made it work. And there's other really great ones like Castle Freak or Dagon. I mean, he's such a great director, dude. And go back and watch a lot of his filmography. Appreciate the work that this guy did, because without some of that work, a lot of horror films we may not have today. His influence is still felt to this day and will continue to be felt regardless, guys. So for me, I want to thank Stuart Gordon from the bottom of my heart for making me a horror fan, for giving me movies that I still love to this day, and for many people who still love his movies. You are so not going to be forgotten, sir, not by a goddamn long shot. And as long as we remember these movies, as long as we cherish these movies and still keep them in our hearts and our minds, then his legacy will never be forgotten, guys. So rest in peace, Stuart Gordon. You will so very much be missed, but your influence still lives on to this day, sir, by far. I just want to give a little tribute and love to that, guys. I really honestly did. And, let me know what you think of Stuart Gordon. Let me know what you think of his movies, the legacy. Let me know about all of the stuff that I showed off in the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. Again, let me know what you guys got. If you got anything interesting this week, indie titles, big name stuff like Star Wars, definitely let me know. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos that I have done. Check out the Blu-ray pickup videos. I just put out January's Blu-ray pickup video, and there was a lot of really great, cool limited editions, collector's editions, some surprises, some cool stuff that I got. So definitely check that out as well, guys. The theatrical movie reviews I've done with my friends, and so much more. We still have a lot of content to put on the channel, even though there is a shortage of things really going on right now. We did do a review for Invisible Man, which hopefully will be posted soon, stuff for The Hunt. I'm going to be catching up soon with the February pickup, so there is a lot of things coming your way, guys, soon, so definitely keep up to date with everything through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Film Fan 108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. Thank you all for the support so much. This channel continues to grow. The support for it continues to grow, and you guys are some of the best subscribers out there. It really humbles me so much to know that you guys really go out of your way to watch the videos and subscribe and comment, and I really love you guys so much, man. You keep me sane with your love and physical media and your love for the channel, and I hope to God that I share the love right back. I really honestly do, guys, so thank you so much. And amid all this craziness, I will be back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.